He's obviously a billionaire CEO, but disguised himself as a disabled man, and this unusual practice. It all started with his recently deceased mother. This day he came to his late mother's apartment. In order to miss his mother, he sat on her wheelchair and sang his mother's song. At that very moment, a beautiful girl suddenly appeared behind him.
Scusi, ho trovato la porta aperta e sono entrata.
This girl was a new neighbor who had moved in. She was looking for help to move her things. Mike listened and was ready to get up and help, but the pretty girl refused decisively. Apparently he was treated as a disabled person. Mike wanted to explain to the girl, but looking at such a beautiful girl, he chose to withdraw that thought, to be a good handicapped person, and purposely knocked over the box beside him. After helping Mike to pick up the scattered things, and was ready to leave, and tenderly told Mike, "If you encounter any difficulties, please go next door to her." In order to pursue this beautiful girl, Mike came to her door the next day, but when he rang the doorbell, he couldn't reach the high doorbell. Then Mike gave a pitiful look. When Annie opened the door, he immediately went into an improvisation. Mike said he was feeling very lonely today. He asked Annie if we could have lunch together. Mike smiles with satisfaction at the success of his plan. They then sat down at the table in a relaxed manner. Mike invited Annie to dinner again, but Annie always avoids the subject with excuses. The atmosphere was becoming awkward. Just as Annie was about to get up and leave, an impulse came to Mike's mind. He wanted to tell Annie that he was not disabled, but he swallowed his words sensibly. He was a billionaire despite his disability. There are hundreds of businesses in Italy and Europe. Annie was half believing it, but also keenly guessed Mike's deep meaning, so she invited Mike to her hometown for the weekend. He accepted without hesitation. However, when Mike stepped into Annie's home, he learns the real purpose of Annie. It turned out that Annie wanted to introduce him to her sister. Seeing such a beautiful girl, she makes Mike fall in love instantly. However, the next second, the smile on his face gradually solidified. Looking at the wheelchair that Ella took out, Mike's heart was like a bolt from the blue. Then he turned his head and looked around. There were smiles on everyone's faces, and it was at this moment that he realized, in this emotional hunting game, he was the real prey. They were arranged to sit together at the dinner table. However, throughout the meal, Mike seemed to be bound by invisible chains. When dinner was over, they were arranged to view the scenery outside the door. During the conversation, he learned that Ella was a violinist, and that in her spare time she liked to play baseball. And in the face of Ella's eloquence, Mike felt like he was in another world, but he never dreamed this girl would change his life forever.